All right, this is part two about what I talked about in my last video. The key word for the week is alignment. Things that go together, complement each other, head in a certain direction. So last time I talked about where people usually have this conflict or this issue. Let's talk about relationships, right? So someone asked me on my TikTok, like, how would you describe a relationship with alignment? Here's what I would tell you. How you know if it's out of alignment is, let's say you have one person, they're big on fitness, they eat healthy, they go to the gym. Then you have another person that kind of lays around on weekends and relaxes, and they might go out drinking or do brunch. They're not really living an active lifestyle. These are two different things. You can compromise as much as you want, but if a lot of the core activity, the core beliefs, if a lot of these things are different, if one person values their fitness and eating healthy and longevity, and the other person is more relaxation, they might just look good genetically and they feel like they don't have to work out, right? These things are going to conflict over time, right? Let's say for most people, you got like two different mind frames of people. You got some people that are hyper focused on their legacy. They're doing it through their career. They're trying to build a name for themselves. They're trying to build a business. They're trying to establish themselves. And you got other people that are more like short-term thrills, like scrolling through social media and maybe post a picture and feel like, okay, I've done enough, right? I've done enough. These two people, even though these are like common, there's going to be conflict, right? They're not aligned, right? You got some people that are super focused on my legacy is going to be my family. I'm going to, build this family of children, wife, marry, live in the hills. Then you got other people that are like, I want my legacy to be significant. I want my name to be in like textbooks and in documents, and I want to be, in Wall Street Journal referred to. So these are things where alignment happens, right? This is where misalignment happens, right? Now, with your career, if you don't fall in line with whatever the mission of the company is, or the goals of the company, or the values of the company, you're at a place. You might have a big heart and be very charitable, but you could be working at like a big tobacco company or something like that, right? And you'll feel like, okay, this doesn't really fit with my soul, and you'll give yourself the excuse, but the money is good, right? But I get PTO, right? But down the line, this is not a forever thing. You know that there's a deadline on this, right? Now, with education, it's kind of like, a lot of that is what you're studying, what you really want to build your life around, or does it look good on paper? Does it look good when you pull up a transcript, or when you talk to people at a dinner party or something like that? Or is it like, this is what you want to do, right? This is what I see myself doing in building and growing with over time, right? So if I'm not aligned, if I'm not aligned, basically what I'm doing is, if I'm a college student and it looks good on paper, I'm majoring in someone else's dream. I'm not doing my dream. I'm going to have graduate on my paper, on my diploma, but I'll still feel lost. So that's how alignment really is. So it's kind of like, you want to know what you're not doing, right? And you want to go after you want to attract the things that are headed in a better direction. So I hope that it helped, and there'll be more parts of this as well.